Hello my sewing friends, welcome to another tutorial. If you are new here, you're welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Bumi, and on this channel I share beginner friendly sewing tutorial, pattern drafting and DIYs to make your sewing journey easier, better and faster. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make this simple blouse. So if you are a beginner or you are new to the sewing world, this is one of the beginners projects that you should try your hands on. If this is something you're interested in, watch till the end so that you don't miss out on any vital information. In my previous videos, we have drafted this pattern, so you can go ahead to watch those videos first before you come back to this video, because this is a sewing tutorial where we'll be putting all this pattern together to make a very beautiful top. So for this tutorial, I'll be using this beautiful Ankara fabric, and I have 1.5 yards. If you're on the big side, you need about 2 yards. I would also be using this lining. I have my thread, I have my zip, and I'll also be using my hemming gum. Okay, so let's get right into it. So first thing first, go ahead to iron all your fabric and your lining. It's very important to iron your fabric and your lining before you start cutting anything. So after that, you just fold your fabric into two, and then you place your front pattern on it, and then you pin your front pattern to your fabric. Don't forget that this fabric is on fold. I folded my fabric into two. So after pinning your front pattern, you go ahead to mark your seam allowance. So I'll go ahead to mark 1.5 inches as my side seam allowance, as you can see me do. And after marking the point, I'm going to join the points together. Okay, so after joining the points together, I'll go on to mark 1/2 inch on my hem line as my hemming allowance, and I will join the points together just as you see me do in the video. Okay, so just go ahead to do yours like this. And then on my neckline, I'll go ahead to mark 1/2 inch also for my seam allowance. Okay, also on my shoulder, I will also mark 1/2 inch as my seam allowance, and then I'll join the points together as you see me do. And then on my armhole area, I'm also going to mark 1/2 inch for my seam allowance, and then I'll join the points together. And after joining the points together, I'll go ahead to cut it out. Okay, I'll go ahead to cut it out. For my back pattern, I've gone ahead to mark 1.5 inches as my side seam allowance, 0.5 inch as my armhole, shoulder and neckline seam allowance, and also 0.5 inch for my hemming allowance, just as we did for the front pattern. And after doing this, I'll go ahead to cut it out, just as you see me do. So I'll go ahead to cut it out. After cutting it out, I'll go ahead to cut the zipper area. I didn't add any seam allowance to the zipper area because we already added our allowance when we were drafting the pattern. So I've gone ahead to cut my lining the same way I cut my fabric. I've gone ahead to cut my lining for the front and the back. And after that, the next thing is to transfer our darts from our pattern to our fabric. At this point, pay close attention to what I'm going to show you, because this is exactly how I learned how to sew my darts as a beginner. So take note of your dart point, just as I'm showing you in the video. Take note of your dart point, and then go ahead to pass a pin at that point, just as you see me do. Okay, so go ahead to pass a pin at the various dart points of your darts. Okay, take your time, pass the pin properly at all the dart points, both for your waist dart and your side dart. Okay, so after you have pinned the point, you flip it over to the other side, and then at the point where the pin came out, you use your chalk to make markings at those points. Okay, just as you see me do in the video. At the point where the pin came out, you use your chalk to make markings at those points. And after you have made your markings, you turn it over to the other side, and you also make markings at the point where the pin came out. Okay, just look closely at what I'm doing. If you are confused, you can watch this part again and again. So I'm just marking the point where the pin came out, okay, so that I can have have the marks for my darts. All right. Okay, so now I'm done transferring my darts. So I'll just take out the pins and then I'll join the points together. So just watch me. Okay. All right. So you can see the marks. You can see the markings with our chalk. All right. So I'll just use my ruler to join the points together to form my dart. So this is the wrong side of our fabric and this is the right side. So don't worry about the markings because this is the wrong side of our fabric. So go ahead to join the points together to have your darts on the fabric. Okay, just go ahead to do what you see me do. This is a very easy method of transferring your darts from your pattern to your fabric as a beginner. Now let's go on to transfer our side dart. Remember, we already made our marking, our chalk marking at the point where we inserted our pin. Okay, so now just move your front pattern to the end of your fabric using the waistline as a guide. Okay, using the waistline as a guide, just move your pattern to the edge of your fabric and then mark the points as you see me do, and then use your ruler to connect the points together. Okay, just as you see me do. And that's how you transfer your side dart from your pattern to your fabric. So I'm just trying to do the same on the other side. I'm just trying to put the markings on the other side so that I can connect the points too with my ruler. So just go ahead to do yours the same way, and then go ahead to transfer all your darts to your back pieces and your lining pieces. So I've done that. I've transferred my darts and I'm showing you what I have. So now let me show you how to sew in your darts. Okay, so for the side dart, you can see that there are like 3 legs to the dart. So you pick the dart from the middle. Okay, pick the dart from the middle and then you pin it. You pin it in place so that it doesn't shift or move. Okay, and then after pinning it in place, you then go ahead to sew that other line, the line I'm showing you. Yes, you go ahead to follow that line from the beginning to the end, and that's how you sew your side dart. For your waist dart, you also pick it at the middle as you see me do, and then you pin it in place just like we did for the side dart. You pin it in place. So after pinning it in place, you go ahead to follow that line and then you go and sew that line. Let's go over to the sewing machine to sew our darts together. Like I explained earlier, this is the dart line that we are sewing. Okay, so just place it on your sewing machine, and the first thing to do is to back stitch. Okay, you go forward, you take it backward, and then you come back forward again. That's what you call back stitching, so as to lock your stitches so that it doesn't loosen. You do that and then you just follow that line to the end, and when you get to the end you also back stitch. Okay, so I'm just removing the pin. So you take it back and you bring it forward. Okay, and that's that with the side dart. See me rhyming. I didn't plan that though. Okay, let's move on to the waist dart. So for the waist dart, you also back stitch at the beginning, and after back stitching, you also follow the dart line that we have marked with our chalk. Okay, so just follow it, follow the line. Okay, just keep following it. You can remove the pins along the way so that you can sew easily, and then when you get to the end you back stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go on to sew the other darts off camera, and I'll be back to show you what I have. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew the darts on my lining pieces and on my fabric too, and I've gone ahead to give it a good press. I've ironed it and you can see how neat it looks. Okay, so go ahead to do your now, so place your lining piece on your fabric, front side facing the front side. Arrange it properly. Okay, arrange it properly, then go ahead to pin down your lining to your fabric, and after pinning it down, if there's any excess lining, this is the time to cut it off. Okay, and after that, go ahead to sew the neckline, the side, and the hemline. with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So for the back, front side facing front side, okay, you place your lining over your fabric and then you go ahead to sew the neckline, the side and the center back, and then the hem line, okay, with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. But when you are sewing the neckline, for me, I use my hemming gum. So I sew the neckline with my hemming gum. I place it this way like I'm showing you in the video, and I just go ahead to sew it. So I do this for all the neckline, both for the front and for the back neckline, but this is optional. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew my neckline. You can see my hemming gum in place. I've gone ahead to sew the side and also my hem line with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So the next thing to, you can see that I didn't sew the armhole and the neckline. Okay, so the next thing I do is I flip over the hemming gum as you see me do in the video. I flip over the hemming gum and I reduce the bulk of the fabric at the neckline because I want my neckline to be flat and to be relaxed. Okay, I don't want the neckline to be bulky. So just watch what I do and do yours the same way. So just trim off every excess on that neckline, and after doing that, still flipping the hemming gum away, go ahead to give that neckline a notch. So you can see that I'm giving the neckline, my round neckline, some notches. These notches will help ease the tension around the neckline and help your neck to relax properly. So go ahead to give yours also these notches. So after I've finished notching my neckline, you can see what I have. So I'll just turn it over and give it a good press, both the front piece and the back piece. If you have watched till this point, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. Also leave a comment. I love your feedback. I want to hear from you. So this is my back piece and I've gone ahead to turn them and giving it a good press, and you can see how neat it's looking. You can see how beautiful it's looking. Then also my front piece, I've given it a good press too. You can see that our top is already taking shape and is already coming out well. Okay, now so I've placed my back pieces on each other as you can see, and at this point, if you have turned them properly, your back pieces should be the same or very identical to each other. Okay, so now I'll be marking out where my zipper will be placed. So I want to mark out my zipper allowance. Remember when we were drafting our pattern, we mapped out 2 inches for our zipper allowance. But remember now that we have used 1/2 inch to turn the fabric with the lining. So we are left with 1.5 inches for our zipper allowance. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches as you see me do in the video. Then on my waistline, remember when we drafted the pattern, on our waistline we went in by 0.75 inch to avoid zipper bulge. Okay, so now, so on our waistline we went in by 0.75 inches and we had 1/4 inch left. So remember now that we have used 1/2 inch to turn our lining and our fabric together, so we are left with 3/4 inch. So I'll go ahead to mark 3/4 inch and I'll join the points together. Remember your center back is not straight. Okay, so when you sew your zipper this way, you would see that your zipper will lay flat on your back. Okay, your center back would lay flat and follow the shape of your back. Okay, you won't have that zipper bulge. So I'll head over to my machine and I'll use a loose stitch, to sew that area I've marked, because I'll still lose it and then I'll attach my zipper. So for now, I'll just go ahead to use a loose stitch to sew that zipper area. So I've gone ahead to do that and I've given it a good press, as you can see. So pay attention to what I'm about to show you. If you sewed your bust dart properly and you placed the sides of your front and your back piece, you would see that they are the same. Okay, you would see that they will match. Okay, so just go ahead to place your front piece and your back piece on each other, front side facing the front side, and then arrange it. Take your time to arrange it properly. Arrange the pieces properly on each other, and after arranging it, pin them down just as I'm doing. Okay, pin them down so that the pieces doesn't move, for stability. So pin them down, and after you have pinned them down properly, you then go on to take your body measurements. Our blouse is already coming together, and I'm so excited for my beginners. Okay, so let's go on to shape our blouse. Take your bust circumference divided by 4, and then you mark it. You take it on the other side, your bust circumference divided by 4, and then you mark it. Remember that I'm taking my measurement from the center back. As you can see, you go ahead to take your waist circumference divided by 4. You go ahead to mark it. You do the same on the other side, and then you go ahead to take your hip measurement divided by 4. You mark it, and you do the same on the other side. After you have done that, you go ahead to join the points together, just as you see me do. And after joining the points together, you take it to your sewing machine, and then you go and sew those points. You also go ahead to join your shoulder. Let me show you how to join your shoulder neatly. You pick up the lining of the front piece, and then you just wrap it around the whole piece, and then you go ahead to sew it. Let me explain it again. So you are using the lining of your front piece to turn the whole shoulder. Okay, that's exactly what you're doing. You understand. If you don't understand, you can watch this part again so that you can better understand my explanation. So my fabric is on fold. My fabric is folded into 2. So I've gone ahead to add half an inch on my armhole area, and then 1 inch on the hem line of my short sleeve. Remember, we already added our sewing allowance on the side, which is why I didn't add any sewing allowance. So I'll just go ahead to cut it out as you see me do, and then I'll cut the second sleeve with the same pattern. So this is the wrong side of my fabric. You have to double fold the hem of your sleeve neatly, and after you have double folded it neatly like this, you then turn it over just as you see me do. So you turn it over this way. After turning it over, you begin to mark your measurement. So the length of the sleeve you want, at that point you take the roundness of that point and you mark what you have, and then you mark your armhole, and then you join the points together. So I've gone ahead to join my side. I've attached my zipper. If you want me to put up a detailed tutorial on how to fix a zipper, let me know in the comment section. I've also gone ahead to turn my shoulder. You can see how neat it's all looking. You can see how neat the inside of my top is looking. This is how the inside of yours too should look like. So don't forget to iron as you sew. That's one big secret to having a clean, neat work. Okay, so now let me show you how to fix your sleeve. I've gone ahead to fix one of the sleeves. So first, you measure what you have in your armhole area and make sure it's equal to your armhole. Okay, so that it's not too tight for your arm. And then you also measure what you have on the armhole area of the sleeve and make sure it's equal to the armhole area of your blouse. So I've already notched the center of my sleeve, as you can see, and that's the side of my sleeve where my sewing allowance is. So I'll put my sleeve inside my blouse, front side facing front side. Okay, front side facing front side, and then I'll pin the center of my sleeve to my shoulder. Okay, I'll pin the center of my sleeve to my shoulder. Then I'll pin the side of my sleeve also to the side of my top. Okay, just as you see me do, I'll go ahead to pin it in place. Alright, I'll arrange it and then pin it in place. And then after pinning it in place, I'll head over to my sewing machine and I'll go ahead to sew it round. This is what I have. I'll use my overlocking machine to weave the rough edges of my armhole. Okay, so our top is ready and look at how beautiful it looks. So recreate yours and tag me on Instagram. I can't wait to see your recreations. Okay, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye.